of Nigeria. Mr. President, my highly distinguished colleagues, according to a recent report by the PricewaterhouseCoopers, there is a present deficit of over 17 million houses in Nigeria. By this figure, experts have also warned that Nigeria will experience a 22 million housing deficit in the next 9 to 10 years' time if nothing is done to address the increasing demand occasioned by the 2.55% continuous increase in population. This calls for the urgent need to deploy all legitimate and legislative solutions to this menace. Hence, mortgage comes to mind in this regard. And I've also included in there a reference that could be looked into. Mortgage financing is a de facto form of housing finance all over the world. In advanced countries, mortgage markets are among the largest components of the capital markets. It is worthy to note that mortgage banking is a specialized form of financial intermediation for the specific and singular purpose of acquiring real estate, either for residential or commercial purposes. Mortgage banks, therefore, are the financial institutions or special vehicles that extend collateralized credit to consumers and commercial customers for the attainment of these objectives. Imperatively, mortgage assets are the largest financial assets class in the world. In the US, the housing market is worth over $29 trillion. That is why the housing sector and its complementing subsectors, such as the mortgage banking, housing, finance subsector, the building and construction subsector, as well as real estate subsector, are considered important for stimulating economic growth and development. Active introduction of the mortgage lending mechanism into a country's economy ensures that most of the population's money is invested in domestic production. Therefore, mortgages are regarded as an investment pool that can be adopted as a tool to activate the development of the construction complex and related industries, creating the basis for a multiplier effect on the economy while fixing the problems occasioned by the enormous housing deficit. Mr. President, it goes to be argued, as earlier mentioned, that the housing finance mortgage banking sector represents a growth reserve for any economy due to its immense potential to boost economic growth through its backward linkages to the land markets, building construction industry. This is in addition to contributing to real estate sale and growth of its construction, thus affecting the housing sector of the economy. The Institute, CIMBBM. The proposed Institute's central curriculum will focus on the entire mortgage banking and mortgage brokerage value chain. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is imperative to note that the Mortgage Banking Association of Nigeria has been at the forefront of mortgage lending activities in Nigeria. Therefore, a charter status will formally authorize its existence, giving due recognition to its numerous advocacy initiatives towards the enhancement of mortgage affordability and financial inclusion in the mortgage banking subsector. Furthermore, I crave the indulgence of Mr. President and distinguished colleagues to take cognizance of the fact that the Mortgage Bankers Association of Nigeria has the support of relevant private and public institutions in the financial services sector. Foremost amongst them are the CBN, you have the NDIC, you have SEC, you have the FITC, you have the CIBN, the Chartered Institute of Bankers, you have PENCOM, First Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and so many others, including the Financial Market Dealers Quotations, FMDQ. There is an obvious need to have a well-organized and viable institute saddled with professionalizing mortgage banking and mortgage brokerage services while raising professional standards and professional stakeholders in line with international best practices and facilitating collaboration with other professional bodies such as CIBN, ICANN, amongst others, within and beyond the financial services sector. As part of its fundamental function and objectives, this bill seeks to create an institute that will provide a platform from turning out seasoned, dedicated, qualified, skilled, and professionally trained individuals who will provide the much-needed human capital resources for the mortgage banking subsector and the financial services sector in Nigeria, and by doing so, help in raising the profile and value of mortgage banking. In conclusion, the Institute will regulate its members, set ethical conduct like other professional bodies, ICANN and CIBN, and set standards in line with global best practices. It will assist the mortgage banking subsector and the financial services sector to acquire the right capacity, skills, and knowledge to explore the vast untapped potentials in the housing finance to boost the Nigerian economy and bridge the housing deficit, while also assisting our educational institutions in the advancement of knowledge towards enhancing housing finance and mortgage lending in Nigeria. Dear colleagues, I urge you all to kindly lend your viable legislative support to this bill, even as I wish to clearly state that the bill holds no financial implications for the federal government of Nigeria. I so submit. Thank you very much.
Senator Sadiq Suleiman.
I'm Sadiq Suleiman Umar. I represent the good and decent people of Kwara North, and we who are. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I rise to second that the bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Mortgage Bankers and Brokers of Nigeria, CIMBBM, be read for the second time. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, you all are aware, one of my greatest legislative passion is to see that we strengthen our institutions in this country, because that is our only pathway to get into the destination we want to move the country to. Mortgage bankers, where the financial muscle is expected to provide housing for our society, needs to be strengthened. And an institute is that mechanism that will allow for best practices, ethics, standards, control. And as we are all aware, housing sector is one of the key economic sectors that determines so much. And we all know how the effect on the housing sectors can affect the economy of well-structured economies around the world. It would be nice to see that we strengthen this. We are able to use this as a platform to cover for the housing gaps, which is so huge, and we all talk about this at various platforms. This institution will be most useful in strengthening the housing sector. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I therefore urge you all to support this bill. Second reading.
A bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Mortgage Bankers and Brokers of Nigeria to regulate the practice of mortgage banking, mortgage brokerage, and the activities of its practitioners in Nigeria, and for other matters connected there with 2022 second reading taken. And the bill is referred to the Committee on Establishment and Public Service Matters to report back within 4 weeks. Leader of the Senate.